This 10 News Pinpoint Weather Report is sponsored by Anderson Plumbing, Heating and Air. Nobody wows clients like we do.
ABC 10 News meteorologist Leah Pezzetti joining us with the heat is the story.
Yeah, heat is the big story right now, and it's going to continue for another day or so. And then we're going to introduce some changes to our forecast. But right now, definitely toasty conditions. Along our coast, it's not too bad. We do see a little bit of clouds rolling in. San Diego sitting at 68 degrees right now. Poway, 10 degrees warmer than that at 78 degrees. Ramona, a little bit warmer than that at 80 degrees. It's our inland communities that are really feeling the heat right now. For the next couple of hours of your Sunday night, we're going to spend mostly in the 60s along our coast, 70s for our inland communities for just a few more hours before getting down into the 60s for tonight. Heading into tomorrow, it's going to be much of the same as far as our temperatures are concerned. Another toasty day. Our warmest conditions are going to be on the eastern parts of our county. So Borrego Springs, Ocotillo Wells looking at 116 degrees for tomorrow. Triple digits for our mountains as well. Warner Springs, Campo looking to break that century mark. 90s for the rest of our mountain communities. As we move closer to our west, still some 80s on the map, upper 80s for Escondido, Poway, El Cajon. It is going to be toasty tomorrow for most of San Diego County. It's really going to be our coastal communities in the 70s that catch a little bit of relief for tomorrow. We do still have this excessive heat warning that is in place. It started up this morning. It continues until tomorrow evening at 9 p.m. for our San Diego County mountains and deserts because of this extreme heat. So another day of heat is coming. Then we're talking about some changes. We have some monsoon moisture rolling on in. Timing this out, it's going to really start Tuesday and then taper off Thursday. It's going to favor our mountains and our deserts, but all of San Diego County has the possibility of a thunderstorm, and that does mean lightning. So we do want to remember safety with lightning. Obviously, get indoors. When thunder roars, get indoors. That's the saying. So for the next 7 days along our coast, we're talking 70s. Really not too much fluctuation in store for us. Mid 70s. Clouds are going to come and go. It's going to be nice for the 4th of July. For our inland communities, like I said, tomorrow's going to be toasty. Nearing 90. Could see some areas in the 90s. And then we cool down to the mid 80s. Thunderstorm chances are highest for us on Wednesday. For our mountain communities, this is one of the areas that has the highest chances for those thunderstorms. Like I said, Wednesday highest chances. Look at that temperature drop too. We go from 90s to 80s in just a few days thanks to that monsoon moisture. For our deserts, same thing. 116 tomorrow. It's going to be toasty. Still warm at the end of the week, but a little bit cooler with that monsoon moisture rolling in. And it does look to clear by 4th of July, so skies should be nice and clear for some fireworks shows.
But the temperatures kind of stay consistent, don't they? We don't get much of a break.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Leah.
All right, in the meantime, we are focused on this storm system that will be with us overnight right into Friday. So far, winter weather advisory has been posted for the southern half of the state. We still have a winter storm watch for the northern half, although this will likely be upgraded to a winter weather advisory or possibly even a winter storm warning. You see winter storm warnings up for most of Massachusetts and just over the state line in New York. So here's a look at our satellite and radar composite now, where we have seen a few flurries making their way across Litchfield and parts of Hartford County, but it took a while for any of those snowflakes to even make it to the ground as the air is pretty dry. It is 21 degrees in Torrington, 32 in Bridgeport, 28 at this hour in Hartford. We're at about 30 in Lisbon. A big change from this time yesterday. This time yesterday, we were already setting record high temperatures at Windsor Locks, and we started to actually watch those numbers come down as we went on at News 8 at 5 o'clock. But temperatures are running anywhere between 19 to about 40 degrees colder than where we were at this time yesterday. Of course, that north wind, that's not helping us out, blowing anywhere between 9 to about 15 miles per hour. All right, so let's get into this storm overnight. For the rest of this afternoon, it is going to remain rather cloudy. If you have any plans this evening, you should be fine. Here we go towards midnight, where the leading edge of that snow is going to start to breach the state. Now, as we go overnight into Friday morning, this is 7 o'clock Friday morning, you'll notice that we're going to see that switch from snow over to sleet and freezing rain at the shoreline first, and then that ice line is gradually going to nudge farther and farther to the north. But at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, we're going to have an icy mix through the southern half of Connecticut, snow through the northern half. So we're going to get a good thump of snow before we see the full transition over. But here we are at 9 o'clock, where most of the state is going to be contending with sleet or freezing rain right at the immediate shoreline. We actually may switch over to all rain, and that's going to compact down any snowfall totals we see. But the majority of this will be done right around noon tomorrow. As we go through the second half of the day, may get some snow that sneaks right along the Connecticut, Massachusetts Massachusetts state line, so that could increase the snow totals a little bit, but they will be compacted down with that switch over to that icy mix. So this is how it all comes together. Closer to the shoreline, we're looking at 2 to 4 inches before we switch to sleet and freezing rain. Most of the state is looking at about 4 to 6 inches, and then you'll get the ice on top of that. And the farther north you are towards northern parts of Litchfield County, Hartford County, into Tolland and Windham County, you're looking at 6 to 9 inches because you'll get that secondary line that may come through during the afternoon. So we're not looking at blockbuster amounts, but the first half of your Friday is going to be a mess. Second half, a little bit better, not by very much. Before the rest of today, it is just going to be rather cloudy, much colder than it was yesterday. You don't need me to tell you that, though. Now, Saturday, we will get back into the sunshine. Will be chilly. Highs only in the low 30s. A few more clouds expected Sunday, although it will be a more seasonal day with highs near 40. But then much colder again on Monday, as highs will only be in the upper 20s to near 40 degrees. And will hover right around seasonal for much of next week. In the meantime, you can always catch up with us at WTNH.com.